Hey, welcome to the Seven Fragrance Frequency podcast with me, Iona Meade, at the host at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. And I kind of went live with not really being fully prepared, but I thought, you know what? I'm just going to do it. It's the holidays in the States. And I thought, let me just do this live. I'm talking about relationship freedom on Friday and soul family and your soul tribe impact, your soul family influence and your soul tribe impact. So it's Friday. I want to say happy Friday, happy Relationship Freedom Friday. You're watching this and you watch it on the replay. Thank you for spending your time with me. I really do appreciate it. I love it. I do get views and a few comments here and there. And as I grow the YouTube channel and this podcast, and as I just keep going, I'm really excited to speak to more and more and more and more and more of you, right? And calling in my soul family even more. And for those of you who are new to me, since even last Friday to now is what I look back and reflect on the Seven Freedoms frequency and see, you know, what I'm manifesting. I share my highs, my lows. I share my successes. Yesterday was Environmental Freedom Thursday, and I was like, do you know what? Again today, no makeup. What it is way too much information. But what I wanted to do was focus on the relationship with myself today, not because it's awful or anything like that, just because as a lady, sometimes we have those cycles in the month, and that's what that was. It's just like, you know, when you just don't feel like doing what you normally do, meaning some things just are not really, do you know what I mean? It's just like you just become easier about certain things and just a bit more relaxed sometimes, and sometimes you're on it. And so when I was doing the interview series on the Wednesday at 9 a.m. live, 3 p.m. 9 p.m. live, it's a lot to do in a day, to be live in my voice and, you know, getting ready, and, you know, I've got my dress on, and so I didn't feel like it. And then today I was like, yeah, I still don't feel like, I don't always wear makeup, is what I will say. So I put a little bit on for the camera, so it's like, oh gosh, you'll probably regret that, but I'm actually not going to. I touched up a little bit my grey hair, but you know. So yesterday was a quick episode, and I was like, do I want to show up like that again today? And again, you know, I want to share my highs, my lows, my successes, how I feel, and be raw and real as the host of this podcast, the Seven Freedoms Frequency, because I don't think enough people just say how they actually feel. And living an intentional life and setting intentions is just that, living in alignment with your values, what's important to you at any given moment in any given day. And I love that I have this space to be able to just record my own journey, video journal, and just share. And so I wanted to do the podcast in all its glory. I haven't picked a card for today. I'm looking over at the cards here. Let's pick a card for today, and we'll start off with that. I don't know if I did yesterday's. I did pick one yesterday. We'll shuffle a card. Well, they kind of pick me. And the book that I read today, I actually read rather than listening to a book. I'm going to share a lot from that. Oh, there's two. Now I'm going to have to bend down and get them because they just jumped. So if you're listening to this, you can't see me bending down and get them. But if you're watching, oh, okay. Odin, Psychic Insight, or Odin. Your third eye is open. See the truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. And I think wow. Okay. Relationships wise, see the truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. I keep wanting to do something, following my intuition regarding a relationship, starting one and building one. And I keep holding back from it. Interesting. Saint Germain, karmic releasing, move beyond drama, create your own path, make room for good energy. I think that keeps coming. We'll see, is what we'll say. Like, I've still got a level of resistance to it. It's really bizarre. Really bizarre. Really bizarre, but that's good, isn't it? You know, hopefully that made sense for you as well. I just like quite selfishly just thought of myself then. So let me just give you that again. Your third eye is open, see the truth for what it is, follow your intuition. That's for you as well. Karmic releasing, move beyond drama, create your own path, make room for good energy. Interesting. What comes to mind? Leave it in the comments. What comes to mind for both of those cards? Because I believe it's for me and it's for you. And the book, again, that I was listening to, reading today, was saying about even like cards and stuff and us being on the frequency. And when we pull a card, that, you know, we're in resonance with it. Everything has that frequency. And I'll share with you the book that I was reading today, Make It Happen, Manifest the Life of Your Dreams. I actually had a complete day away from the Mac and the computer, and I was reading a lot. I got a lot of downloads about the teachings that I want to bring on the YouTube channel, and putting myself out there in the messages, the kind of teachings and trainings, and really honing in on a message. I'll probably share that on Contribution Freedom Monday, not today. But just taking a step back, like I said, when my cycle, I know my life moves a little bit differently. I move a little bit differently when that time comes. And like I said, you may or may not have listened, probably not. Having two ladies at the same time with the cycle in the house is interesting, because our cycles were synced before I even got here with my niece. And not that I don't think she'd mind me saying that. And so moods change and stuff, not towards each other, but just your own. And you know, as an empath, I feel it. And so those relationships, when I look at all of my relationships, it's just really magical. I'm going to read a little bit from the book, but I'll wait till the end because I'll probably go off on tangents. When you think of your relationships and your relationship freedom, and you think of the relationship with your soul tribe, your soul family, even a soulmate relationships, and I'm going to be talking about the soulmate relationship and my dating experience when I find my person, or when I'm, because it's not like I'm going to talk about the backstory of it on a different YouTube channel for Spiritual Dating, Awakened Soulmates Marriage CV, because that's what I've set the vibration for, to attract and manifest, which is quite exciting for me. This channel at the Soul Legacy TV is more about soul family and that soul niche. So when you think of relationships, what would you rate your relationships at? What would you not relate your relationships? What would you rate your vibrational frequency in terms of being in alignment with the relationships that you want to manifest? And I believe that I'm close to that vibration. If not, and if that follow that intuition, I was already there, but I just was like questioning it. So I'm not sure. And I did say that I would talk about the dating whole experience. I think that influenced me as well yesterday. And that soulmate that keeps coming, that soulmate connection that keeps coming back. Two that keep coming back, but one feels good, one feels a lot better than the other one. And then just really letting that connection go. And like, that is not my husband. I had to really intentionally let that go, because the universe keeps bringing it. And like, what is that? What are you telling me? And yeah, I've made that decision, that whether that, you know, because there's obviously more than one soulmate, I'm waiting for the one that I want to be with. And I'm not interested, universe. And it keeps bringing me, and the synchronicities and the what have you. You know, once upon a time, it's been 3 years, and once upon a time I was like, maybe. And the last connection, I'm like, I'm done. You know, when you're just done? When I was in a 7-year relationship, and it just came, and I was like, boom, chapter's closed. That's what that feels like. Chapter is closed, not to go again. I'm done. So therefore, I'm going to be vibrating a different frequency to follow my intuition and let something else in. So I rate my vibration at an 11, actually. No, that's not fair. Is it? I'll give it a 10. I'll just knock one off. Not because there's anything wrong, just because I'm not as in flow as what I normally would be, in here. Like, yeah, I'll just leave it a 10. And I gave yesterday a 10 as well. So it's just noticing those dips. I've been at a higher vibe, like 11, 11, 11 every single day. And I think it's fair to say that I don't feel the same as I did, and just acknowledging. And one of the things that this book was saying, Georgiana, the author, was saying, is actually feel the feelings. And I do. Don't trap the feelings, because don't hide the feelings, don't suppress the feelings, let them come out. And she's talking about intentions and setting intentions, because we're talking about intentional living, and I love it. Being really intentional. So rate your vibrational frequency between a 1 and 11. Again, mine's 10. Soul funk versus soul flow. If you do have a vision board, have you put relationships on it, the relationships that you want to manifest? I've put the relationships for my soul tribe. I've put the relationships for calling in more soul family and appreciating the soul family and the relationships that I've got. That's really super important to me. I think as light workers, as spiritual business owners, as spiritual entrepreneurs, we make, well, I do make relationships really easy. Sometimes it's like, oh, that relationship felt good, now it doesn't feel so good, or people kind of just gravitate towards us. Hey, let me know where you're watching from. I've got a new comment. Who is that? Well, I thought I had a new comment. Did I? It says I have. Hey, love, I have got a new comment. I love that picture of you, Robin. It's different. I don't know what the picture was before, but that does stand out. It's Relationship Freedom Friday. Welcome. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Robin, I know where you are from. So Relationship Freedom Friday. So do you have a vision board, and do you have your relationships on your vision board? Yeah, you're welcome. Robin says thank you. You're welcome, love. I do have the relationships, and the types of relationships are soul family and soul clients and soul tribe, and do you have a distinction between your relationships? For me, we have our blood family, and then we have who we consider extended family, like that feel like family. And I had my daughter's friend over, and that's my kids. My son used to call her mum, like Mumsy as well, Mumsy number 2. And so we've had a bond for many years. Our daughters have had a bond for many years. So she came over today with my daughter. They popped in, had some food and stuff. And it was just really lovely, because they've known each other for about 15 years. And to see them, I went, oh gosh, you've got the same clothes on, or you're swapping clothes, you're matching, you're doing them. It was just so lovely to see my daughter have such a bond, and just be vibing and just be super, super happy. It's lovely. It's really, really lovely. Robin says Relationship Freedom Friday equals 10. So RFF, that stands for Relationship Freedom Friday, equals 10. Mine's 10. And so there's just a little bit of the icing on the cake is not there for me, but there's nothing actually specifically wrong. And I've just announced again, as I do, is like my cycle. So it just takes the edge off for me. I don't know if that has happened for you guys. Like, there's not a particular thing, but I just, you know what I mean? That, yeah. So thank you for sharing that. And again, and it's like, okay, well, between last Friday, Relationship Freedom Friday, and this Friday, how do you feel? And then between now and setting the intention and visualizing and putting the energy forth, what do you want to experience for the next week? That's all we do, or day by day, or what have you got planned? Have you got dates, date days, date nights, date what have you? And I think for me, my niece and one of my best friends are like, they're on the dating apps as well, and they're out dating, and I'm like at home. I'm like, because I'm dating for a different intention. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going on dates. Just like, I'm not going to talk to just anyone either. And they're like, don't put pressure on. Like, as an empath, I don't have time to, like, I can't do the small talk, and what is on my vision board, it's not that I'm hard and fast to it, because that's what just came to mind, but why would you just put lots of things in the way when that's not what you want to manifest? And so for me, blood family, again, is not just the only family that I have. And I love that. What I'm learning actually about relationships, don't know if this is true for you as well, is that when we think of what is going behind people's closed doors, and we think that people have got a happy life and they're portraying they've got a super happy life, right? Like we say with the highlight reels on social media, it's actually not. And of late, I'm discovering, especially girls, I don't know whether this is a message or not, the girls who I would call my little ladies did not have the life that I thought that they had had. Not trying to disclose anybody's business or information, but there's a mismatch to the level of happiness behind closed doors sometimes. And like, I think that's as well as thrown me a little bit off, because I'm someone that takes action and stands for children. And I've worked with children since I was 14 years old. I'm 50. It matters to me. So there's things that I want to bring, you know, to make sure our kids are protected, Mum, like really protected. There's things that I want to do and birth in the world. So then that's my reflection back on my week. And, you know, I've had really new relationships, new conversations that I didn't even know that I was going to have a week ago. I've had training for the kinship fostering this week. That went really, really well. I met new relationships as well. Robin says, funny, I saw a particular delivery driver take out a bag of garbage for the neighbour. Made me think of the good qualities I appreciate in others. That's really nice. A particular one. What, that particular one? Do that, really? That's beautiful. Yeah, the qualities in that. Yeah, that's lovely. And my daughter's like, Mum, do you want me to get you food? Mum, do you want to come out for food? Mum, do you want? And so today as well, love languages is what I usually talk about. And I didn't read that book or listen to that book today. But it's in my mind all of the time. And Robin says, yes, that one. We've had conversations, private conversations that will never be on the internet. That one. That is funny. Okay. And then it's that sign of where you're at, what you're thinking, blah, blah, blah. I've just had somebody pop onto the dating app that I would talk to before that actually ghosted me. Rude, the ghosting whole culture. And then he says, I know you probably don't want to talk to me, but I thought you moved so-and-so, like, why did you move back now? I was like, whatever. And at the time I felt like, oh, maybe, you know, this sounds really ridiculous, but I'm going to say it anyway, like, oh, they're out of my league, because it's like that ideal guy, my preference. And we got on really, really well. And then he just went, and I was like, what? And then now I see, and I'm like, stupid. Like, whatever. I just feel bigger and more expansive. We get those lessons to just really grow. I'm just like, whatever. I can't remember what I was saying, but the love languages. So it's in my mind all the time. And so my niece had said, oh, this is what I want to share as well. My niece said, I overheard her speaking to a client. She works from home. She does nails and stuff. And she said, the client must have had like thermals on, because it's cold, y'all. I'm in a t-shirt, it's cold. And she said, oh, I wanted thermal leggings. And I thought, I can make that happen. And so I text my daughter and I said, like, can we get her some things? Are you going to come with me? And she's actually, I'm going in town today. I'll pick some up. I'm like, yes. So I presented them to her like later on, a few hours after she asked. And I like was giving her them. She's like, are they mine or they're yours? Is they for you? She's like, oh, thank you so much. And I'm a rubbish gift giver, but I listen. I've been listening to that book and reading it and just thinking, actually, you know, learning somebody else's love language. And I've made the excuse that I'm a rubbish gift giver. I tell everybody I am. Gifts is 0 on my love list, but it doesn't mean to say that, you know, I can't pay attention. Her love language, her primary love language is acts of service. But I just thought it was just really nice. Robin said he ghosted you and wants to talk again. He ghosted me and I swiped him on Tinder. And then he swiped me back. And then I left it because I'm like, it's not Bumble where the woman has to talk first. I ain't talking first to not anyone. And then he goes to me back. And then the soulmate connection that I had for 3 years was on Tinder. So I swiped him as well and said, oh. And he messaged me yesterday and I'm like, dude. And I'm like, I'm done with this. The universe keeps doing this stuff. I'm like, look, right, universe, listen to me. And it makes me reflect. And I'm really happy that I do this because I'm reflecting and seeing what it is that I want to say yes to and what it is that I want to say no to. It's just like, I think I'm closer than what I realize. But yeah. Robin says, oh, how sweet you gone for. Yeah. I just thought, actually, because she's so amazing. There's another story I want to tell you. I said to her, oh, this content, wait, what, he was on Tinder? Yes. I'm like, because I said when we had the soulmate connection and I went from London to back to that area, and it made me like really miss this area. So I was like, I'm coming back altogether. So that's why I'm here. And I said, right, that's it. Like, I'm done with that. I'm going back on Bumble. So he's like, right, I'm going back on Bumble. I saw him back on there. I was like, just swipe, didn't bother. And then I saw him on Tinder, which I did not think I'd go on Tinder. It's very different, actually. I'm getting ideas for the dating app, my dating app. And so I was like, I've seen you. He's like, why did you swipe me? It's like, to let you know that I've seen you. Stupid. It was on Tinder. Yeah, it was. Oh, my dating stuff. This is why I want to talk about it on the spiritual dating channel, but I'm not ready to share it because I haven't got that much to share. I'm not really going out on that many dates. I went on one in like months, so it's not like I've got juicy stuff to share. So the other story was listening to my daughter, because I literally had a day away from the computer. We had like a boiler guy doing all the work and stuff. So I was just reading this book, which I'm going to share a lot from this book. This podcast right here is so in alignment with this book, honestly. So my niece was, and I said to her, this is content, because everything that I do, it's like, oh, it's a teaching point. So she said, this is relationships. So in business, right, let's relate it to business. So this is a tip. I shared a video. I don't know if you saw the Alex Hormozi video that I shared about not thinking of your business as right now, or if you want to start a podcast or a YouTube channel, not thinking, oh, the next 90 days, I want to get leads from wherever. Think of 10 years. And that's what he did. 6 years that he did his podcast before it hit number whatever it is. And he said through the first 3 years, he was just talking about how to launch a gym. And then he started to talk about marketing. Then he started to talk about sales. Then it started to, excuse me, take off. But he said, look back, it took work. And when you think of things in isolation like that, like it's got to be done yesterday, you don't actually do the habits that it takes to actually make it a success. And whether it's failing in other people's eyes or really successful in other people's eyes, you just stay neutral because you've committed to do the action, which I've committed to showing up here and sharing my whole business, right? Every single day. And it's like that action, I don't care. Like, this is for 7 years. So whatever is happening is the same. It's just me talking and sharing. It doesn't matter whether it, there's 1 view, no views, 100 views, 1,000 views, 100,000 views. It doesn't matter to me. Like, I'm committed to the journey for me. Did you watch it? Did you? Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'd say that I'm the female version of him, but I'm sure his wife is the female version of him. But so he was talking about that. So I'd have that in mind. I think I'd watched that today. Was it today that I shared that? Anyway, my niece was, she's been in business for 7 years, right? And I remember her little caricature. She's like, Auntie Noni, I've just bought this box of like nails and nail colours and nail polishes. And she didn't think that she'd be here the way that she is. She's been in business for 7 years, sustaining herself, right? I heard her twice at the end of the conversation, and her clients expecting that had been with her for years had said, she has a wait list. She said, I heard them have the conversation basically like scheduling in the next appointment, but not just the next one, the next 2. And then I said, wow. And I came out of the room after the client had gone and I said, that's genius. Like, I've offered you a service and there's a deposit for the next one. There's a commitment. My time is valuable. If you want this service, you've had it already. You have it again in 3 weeks, whatever it is. And she said, I've got people that's scheduled for a year. Now, you wouldn't even think of that. And I said, wow. And she said, well, it makes sense. And I said, no, we make sense. But not everybody thinks like that. And she said, well, I said, it's genius. I said, every single, she has that, they have that expectation of, I'm going to schedule in again, right? And it's for something that they need, not just, you know, selling people some. And so when I say that I've scheduled my business out for 7 years, which I'd said on the summit, the Spiritual Awakening on YouTube summit, where I was interviewing guests, I'm like, and everybody's blown away. And I'm like, what will you be doing in the next 7 years, right? What have you done for the last 7 years? And so if I found something that's going to give me the freedom financially, the freedom for my contribution, the freedom, something that I really love, that I can do while I travel, that has the lifestyle, why wouldn't I make that plan? As Alex Hormozy says, you're in it. He was committed to his YouTube channel for 5 to 10 years. He said, you know, he hired a social media manager and said, I commit for a decade. Like, and the guy said, no client says that. So I've scheduled out my business for 7 years because I'm committed to that action and to see where it actually goes, rather than, 7 days and it should have hit 100,000 subscribers in 7 days or something. You know, like people promise you, and it's not, it's fooling yourself. So for me, I wanted to have a really good relationship with myself and not beat myself up, not talk myself down, not do any of those things, and build the relationships with you guys as well as I just grow. It's like, it's not about, thank you for the heart and the love. It's not about quick fixes. It's not, too many people are out there saying, building false relationships and false hope. And what that does, it's soul destroying, because then you give up because you didn't do it as fast as somebody else, or you give up because I'm doing this thing to get to the end game. No, you're doing this thing to be you and to be more of you and grow. Like, I'm going off on a tangent, but I just felt like that was a sign for me and a lesson that my niche is 35. Like, yeah, you know, well done you, and you're doing amazing. And just bringing that into the online space of teaching and training your clients, basically, like, here's where I'll be. If you want that time, schedule it in with me now. And that's what I've done with my online calendar. I love it. Robin says, wow, she has people scheduled for a year. Next 2. Yeah. And she, you know, she does nails. And so people are like, nah, I love this service. I love being with you. I don't actually, they know that her time's valuable. They know that, you know, she puts up her prices. She didn't put them up last year. She was very mindful of that. And then she's like, yeah, they'll go up, but not crazy. But she's a businesswoman. I know she's trading time for money, and I'd love to see her not just trade that time for money. But still, even when somebody is doing that, you know, she's doing really well. She's a boss lady, right? I don't want to say a choice word, but you know, she's a boss, she's a badass, and I'm so proud of her. And like I said, I've known her since she was 4 years old, and you know, she's 35 now. I'm just like, wow, you know, good for you. And so if she can act like a businesswoman, we as spiritual business owners and spiritual entrepreneurs, it's time, like, to step up and see your business as a business. It's not like, oh, well, I can't ask you for this, I can't schedule in this, I can't. I think because we lack the business and the marketing skills, we just crumble and don't know, you know, what the framework is. And she does that automatically. They do it as well every single time. If she missed a time to do that, what do you think would happen to her schedule? And she didn't do it consistently. She only did it half the time. She'd only have half the money and half the hours. Or she'd be wondering, where did they come from? Where do my clients come from? What do I do? Blah, 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 blah. And I've heard people come and they're like, oh, yes, so-and-so, actually, they got referrals. It's genius. I wanted to share that. I just came out there. I was like, that's content for today. Something really small, but it's just that lesson. And so when I share with you, you know, we'll go out there and share and speak your gifts and, you know, speak your message. It doesn't have to be, did I go out and, you know, go on a roller coaster today and then say, wow, I had this big adrenaline rush? No, I listened to something, and we can relate it to our business of being more business minded. And actually those 2 examples of let's put different things in place and try a new way, because I know in the spiritual community there does need to be a new way. So vision board, put the relationships that you want to experience on your vision board so you can say yes and no. And so you can schedule out whatever it is, you know. I'm going to talk about this book in a minute. So with that said, the next segment, I'm going to go faster. How do you launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day in alignment with your big vision? Sometimes it looks like putting in more hours than what you'd like. Sometimes it looks like your niece going on a date and you staying in the house and you're like, although I haven't been working really today, I've got ideas and reading and stuff, but just growing and just expanding. Sometimes it looks like everything's going amazingly for everyone and you've got to stop and like put your stake in the ground and really focus on what's important. Yes, there's times for wild times. Yes, there's time for going out. Yes, make time. But when you're in a season of growth and you're in a season of building, no, it might not be a time. You might have to say no to certain things. Alex Hormozi talks about that, you know, because she asked me, do I want to go to bingo with her and her mum, you know, my sister-in-law? And I'm like, nah, I'm good. You know, I could go every week and have that fun and have that. It's just not my priority right now. Me being good with me is my priority. How I launch my day, lead my day, and leave my day is in. We all say, I don't have time, because we're saying yes to things that are not even in alignment with our vision anyway. So, what are you saying yes to? How you're launching your day, leading your day, and leaving your day. And if it isn't in alignment with the big goal, and it's not a sacrifice. It's not a sacrifice for me, because if it's not in alignment, why would I even be doing it? Doesn't make sense. Like, I've got salsa on my vision board. Somebody says, do you want to come to a salsa class? I'll say yes. You know? So how do you launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day? Visualize that. What's the one to three things that you can do between now and next Friday to incorporate more of the relationships that you have on your vision board? For me, it looks like dating on the dating apps, or just somebody knocking on the door or walking down the street and like scanning. No, I'm only playing, but it's just being open. It's being open. But dating is like the way and the path. Like, you do have to date. If you want a relationship, you do have to date. Yeah. And that I'm still in it. It's not always fun, but I'm in it. I'm getting to grow. I'm growing. I'm really looking forward to it being done, with me being on my other YouTube channel. Then you'll know I've got things to say. All right. So I'm going to do gratitude really quick. I want to respect your time. Looking for my gratitude stone, rock that my beautiful little lady got me, or gave it to me. She didn't buy me it. She gave it to me. The way that we do gratitude, Robin, I know you know, happy and grateful and appreciate you do it with me. I call it soul speaking into existence, raising our vibration around all of the 7 freedoms frequencies for living an intentional life, the intentional living codes, I call them. So, and that book's going to make sense with setting intention. I'm going to recommend this book when I do the vision board challenge on the second week in December. Let me know if you can come. Robin, I'd love to have you on there as well at 7:30 p.m. UK time, Monday to Sunday. So I say I'm happy, I'm grateful, and appreciate. So the 7 areas we're going to focus on: contribution freedom, health freedom, emotional freedom, environmental freedom, relationship freedom, which is today, spiritual freedom, and financial freedom. So I say I'm happy, I'm grateful, and I appreciate, because it's just being in that feeling. And there's some more languaging in this book, which I'm going to be bringing in as well into the vision board challenge. I'm not going to steal her ideas, but just refer on, because she said setting intentions, more of I am, I feel, and I have. And I think I say those, but I'm just going to be really more mindful of having the feeling of it already being done. One of the examples that she pulled in the book was about being an author. I want to be a successful author, I think it said. And I was like, that's the sign, I'll share that today. And instead of saying I want to be a successful author, it's I am a successful author. It's in the I am already. Obviously, we want to be, rather than saying I want to be a number one best-selling author, I am a number one best-selling author. And I've just launched the Facebook group, the Spiritual Entrepreneurs Best-Selling Book Launch Club. So that feels really exciting. That was in here, and I read that today. Anyway, Happy and grateful and appreciate something in the past, something in the present, and something in the future. So I'm happy and grateful, and I really appreciate in terms of contribution that I'm actually here on this live, because yesterday I didn't really feel like doing the live. I just didn't feel high vibes. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm not going to do the whole thing. And today I'm like, no, do it, Iona, because no matter wherever you are, no matter, you're going to get your cycle, hopefully not for too much longer. But like, it's going to come around next month as well. What are you going to do? Not do it. So I'm like, yeah. So I'm happy and grateful and appreciate that I can contribute and just share, whether you want to know or not. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my health, my cycle. Like, it's just, my body's healthy. It's totally in sync with my niece, who is 35, and I'm like, okay, like in sync by the day to the day. I'm like, okay, so I don't think they're going away anytime soon, but I'm really happy and grateful and appreciate that, because that cycle helped me birth my kids. So I'm happy. I'm very grateful for that. Happy and grateful and appreciate emotions. Oh, that's big. So again, being able to share in this moment just how I feel and feeling the feelings anyway. I'm really happy and grateful for that. Again, I believe, for me, I have a duty and a responsibility as I go on the way up, right, is to just always keep myself real and grounded. That's what I'm committed to do. And I love a person that does that is Mel B. She's from my hometown as well, our hometown. And so when I was on the dating app, I go, yeah, Mel B accent. They go, where are you from? Like, Mel B accent. Just keeping it real. I love it. Happy and grateful and appreciate environment, in my environmental freedom, being in the online space and being able to launch my book and having the support and love. That's really, really big for me, and holding space for others to launch their book, a #1 best-selling book, and to get their gifts out there. That's really cool for me. And I'm happy and grateful for that. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate the relationships I have with clients. It's really important to me to have the right people around me. It's really important to have in my mastermind. So I was in the office hours yesterday, and I was just like, this feels good, because I was just like, it's like an open gym, and I set that intention. And when I opened it before, it's like not literally anybody could come in, but it feels more intentional now. Robin says, I recorded mine to cover yesterday. I was pleasantly busy yesterday for the holiday, so I gave myself grace. Okay. Oh, you recorded your daily live to cover for yesterday because you were busy having a nice holiday. For the Thanksgiving. That's awesome. Was it actually Thanksgiving yesterday? Because I said happy Thanksgiving. And I'm like, I even know. I look up the days and I kind of know roughly when it is. That's awesome. So everybody's having a lovely holidays. It's not that holiday here in the UK, but because I work with a lot of people all over, it's really nice. So I'm happy and grateful. I love that you give yourself grace. Absolutely. Like, yeah. And I knew that as well. I knew that. And it's like, people are just going off. It's like, yeah, doing their thing. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate the relationships that I have. Again, the relationship with my daughter and her friend coming and giving me cuddles and just sharing with me her journey was, really big. Happy and grateful and appreciate. I want to say the universe, and I'm just like, dude, like, bring it properly. That's not what I asked for. How can I on here is trying to express gratitude and having an argument? Right. Okay. I'm happy and I'm grateful. And I appreciate that I can have conversations with the universe. How about that? That's a truthful statement. And I can learn. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate financial freedom. Why is the money? Oh, what did we do? What did I do today? Did I give some out? I'm not sure if I gave some out. What did I do? So some come in. Oh, chunk came in. Yeah, happy and grateful and appreciate that. Yeah, it was Thanksgiving yesterday, so at least and then it's like the Black Friday stuff and I can't even do with any of that stuff. Not the Thanksgiving, the Black Friday. I can't. Whatever. I just think, wow. Okay. Bank 50K in 50 days challenge. don't know. Oh, my journal's here. I'll do that real quick and then I'll get to the book. This journal, Soul Legacy Journal. I'm looking, there's a fly there. I call it 365 Days of Your Spiritual Awakening Story. This is still my awakening. I'm still awakening. We're all awakening. Don't know what's going on in my head. But, I call it Co-Create Soul Path to Spiritual Alchemy for Lightworkers. And I set the intention to give a Robin says, I don't do Black Friday. I don't even like shopping. Why would you say that when I'm about to do the Bank 50K in 50 Day Challenge? Yeah, don't like shopping. Yeah, one of my daughter's friends as well. I was chatting to her today, and is that all those relationships? I love it. And she was like, "Yeah, should we go shopping?" And I said, "Well, next time you go out with Mia, like, you know, invite me." And she said, we've been out ourselves, and she's been out on days with me and Mia and stuff. And she said, "Do you want to go shopping or should we go for food?" I said, like, Mia likes going for food. I'd rather do that. I'm not going shopping. Yeah, don't do that when you're like doing this vibrational money. Don't like the universe. I don't like shopping for certain things, but I know if we went shopping for a greenhouse, you'd be happy. Just saying. So we spend £1,000, dollars, or euros every single day in vibrational money. So if I gave you £1,000, dollars, euros, what would you spend it on? Robin apparently is like, no, I'm spending, no shopping. Only on the things that you love, and that's the things that are on your vision board. So we like shopping for those things. So we tithe 10%, right? Because we want to be the person that feels good with shopping, with purchasing, spending. We've done, our savings are all done, our taxes are all done, and what else is there, Robin? Savings, and all the bills are done. Right, so you get to spend this on what you want to spend it on. And if you don't want to spend it today, every day, when you do spend it, literally write down what you're spending it on and feel the feeling of it being vibrational match to it. You carry it over to the next day to make a bigger purchase, but no more than Sunday. So on Sunday, I will spend all of my vibrational money voucher for the week. Just, it's easier for me. Robin says, you got me there. Truth, the universe. I love shopping for plants, greenhouses, and Jeep things. Yes, can I get an amen? Because you can't. And so, thank you. That's like a really good example of when we think that we're blocking off one thing. No, we're blocking off all things. Do you know what I mean? Like, we are blocking off all things. We're giving the wrong message, you know? So yeah. And I love shopping for plants. It's like I don't like shopping, so that means I don't need any money. But actually, even buying plants, you're buying plants. It's like they're seeds. And some plants I don't know, but like I know you grow and organic stuff and what have you. They all still cost money. It's crazy, isn't it? You know? Oh gosh, you know. So yeah. Greenhouses costs money, and you'll get a massive beautiful one and just grow loads and sell them, maybe even, you know, make you some money to save somebody else like me that doesn't have green fingers and Jeep things, you know. And so we're spending our vibrational money on those things. Robin says, and soil and pots to put them in and all the things. Soil costs money. The earth. It's like the soil and peat and whatever you call them, those things. Robin said, I would love to sell plants food too, for sure. Do it. Sell what you've got. Like, I know you store and stuff, but anything can make you money. You know what I mean? Anything can bring in that energy exchange. Yeah, absolutely. Get the big old greenhouse. And my dad was amazing. My mum used to have a few in the back garden, but now she's in a different environment, different kind of property. And my dad he had the allotment. My dad was not, like, the area, there was a lot of allotments. My dad was known for the allotment, and he'd pass around. I don't know if he ever sold anything, but like in his garden, he'd have corn and green beans and all the runners, and we'd shell the peas. Oh, that was like the memory. Shell the peas. I eat the peas. Shell the peas. Eat the peas. It's like, stop eating the peas. I'm like, shell the peas. They were so good. They were so good. So good. And Why did I go off on that tangent? Oh, because of money. Spending the money. We've got to spend the money, right? So that's that done. Oh, and if you want to build a business, a framework for your business, hit me up and come to my masterclass, the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Masterclass, and take the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge for real. Like, because we do need money, we do need to spend it. And, you know, positioning yourself as an author and writing your #1 best-selling book and launching your own YouTube channel, or launching your own course, your own podcast, I think it's just a really, really, really great thing. Shopping. I know, it's like, why did I go off on that tangent? Shopping. Do you know what? And that tweak right there, Robin, seriously, anyone else, you know, we're having a dance because we know each other. But literally it's catching ourselves. Sometimes we actually do need that, like, what we say and what we think, and that just brings the book in really, really good. And I had my glasses on today, and I think I would have to put my glasses on to be able to just even read and set. There's just this book, again, it's called Make It Happen, Manifest the Life of Your Dreams by Jordana Levin. It's absolutely amazing. I earmarked the book. I'm going to put my glasses on because I can't actually pretend and actually not see. So I can't see when I'm looking up. Ouch. I don't wear them, but the reflection. Sorry, apologies. So she's talking about in the exercise, observe your thoughts. And I went back. So obviously, you know, part of the manifestation process and the equation is your thoughts. And she said, what are intentions, right? I'm just going to read a little bit. What are intentions? Sorry. When attempting manifestation, it's important you're clear on what you want to start creating in your life, right? So this 7 frequency is about that. And I know that I'm reflecting, but just bear with me. For this reason, I believe well-rounded manifestation practice starts out with a clear intention. This is intentional living. So intentions often get confused with goals or wishes. And this is what I want to bring in to the vision boarding and setting intentions, so we know, like, we're really clear, so that they get confused with goals or wishes. I think it's important to make the distinction between the three from the beginning, right? So basically, a goal focuses on future achievements, is often task and outcome orientated. It can only have one of two results, success or failure. And that's not what we want to do. Robin says, I haven't figured out how to dodge the reflections of that. Yeah, you're good. Thank you, love. I appreciate this. And me reading out with having learning and dyslexia, when I did this at school, I was terrified. And now I'm just like, it is what it is. And I can't see this really tiny writing, really, really a lot to a page. So success or failure, that's not how we want to set our intentions. That's not how we want to move forward in life, right? Success or you fail. Like, it's really harsh. And that's why we have that fear of failure and fear of success. And she says, while it's helpful to have things to aim for, it's important not to get bogged down in time frames, logistics, practicalities, or analysis. So if you needed to hear that, setting goals is a cognitive exercise that can often be planned to the 9th degree, often leaving no room for life to get in the way. So we just don't want to beat ourselves up. Wishes, she says, I wish I was taller. I wish this every time I meet someone who is unusually tall. Girlfriends at school, blah, blah, blah. She says, you know, it's a wish. The phrase I wish sets a certain tone of hope and longing for the future that we can't control, and for something we believe is out of reach, even if it's not, right? So I don't want to go into that. That's a big paragraph. Intentions, on the other hand, it says an intention is something you practice each and every moment. It's about enjoying the journey as much as the destination. This is it. It doesn't have to be a specific time frame, checklist, or pass and fail conclusion. It's mindful, fluid, and open to change. That is what we're saying. It's built on values and feelings. I like to think of an intention as a way to direct your energy. That's the 7 frequency, right? And she said the fluidity of the intention is perhaps its most redeeming quality. It's not rigid or bound by parameters. It's yours for as long as you need, and you're free to release it without the feeling of incompletion or failure when it's no longer feels right for you. And then is that good or good? I think that's amazing how she's explained it. And I know, Robin, you were saying, or like writing a book about the 7 freedoms frequency. This is it, really, just learning how to manifest. And she says about how to set intentions, right? And then she goes over being present, setting them in the present. This is the bit where she says, I want to be a successful published author. Instead of saying that, you would say, I am a successful published author, right? So for those of you who are in the Spiritual Entrepreneurs Best-Selling Book Launch Club, you're in there for a reason. So she said, good intention starters are I am, I feel, and I have. And she has like exercises and how she manifested like 20 grand. And it was just, I've been reading a lot of this today, creating space for your feelings, feeling your feelings. Yeah, it's just really, really, really good. It's something that I'm always going to learn about, and I'm always going to study. And the fact that this has come, and it's come, she said that her favorite law is the law of vibration. And she said the law of attraction, they say that thoughts create things, right, basically. And if she was going to go in on the law of vibration, which I consider myself a law of vibration teacher, it's about your feelings. And the two married together, because underneath the law of vibration, a law of attraction is the law of vibration, because you have how many thoughts a day, but it's how that it's energizing it with that. And she said about energy and motion. It's just, she's written it in such a beautiful way. I couldn't even write it in the way that she has. She's explained it so well. And it's what I'm here. And it's what I'm here doing every single day. Absolutely love it. I just think, Iona, you've cracked that code for intentional living, and you're doing it. And so I look like a crazy lady to somebody that doesn't understand it, somebody who hasn't cracked that code yet. But when you are living something, and then you've got a book that you never even wrote, and somebody's writing almost the script that you're doing and living, it's like, yeah, that manifestation. And then I'm teaching it. It's not because I'm teaching, I'm living it and teaching it, and I'm willing to keep learning. And it's more of that confirmation. And so today it's Relationship Freedom Friday, but I wanted to have a focus on the relationship with me and the relationship with my manifestation journey and the relationship with the universe. I wanted to have a conversation with the universe. I'm like, stop bringing that dude around, because I'm done. I'm done with that. Like, I know how I want to feel. I don't want to feel like that. And I don't want to bicker about pathetic and ridiculous things. I'm just not all in on that. And that is it for me. Like, stop bringing me that. But she says about the vibrational frequency and how you vibrate, and the equal experience to how you're vibrating and releasing certain things. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not vibrating on that energy. Like, and when I'm saying no to it, I'm saying yes to it. So after today, that's just, it's done. I sewed that up. I got so mad yesterday. I was like, what? What? And I let those feelings go. Not angry, like super mad, but just like frustrated, and not frustrated to take it into my core. Just as like, that makes no sense, kind of frustrated. Not at all. I don't want it, so it's pretty cool. Pretty cool to have that manifestation. Again, I'm working on my book. I didn't do anything really today. I just read that book and chilled. So I've done the card, done the book. I think I've done everything apart from invite you to our monthly call. Robin says, got to serve dinner. Have an amazing evening. You too, love. I'm about to hop off. Thank you so much for joining me, spending this time with me. I don't even know what time. Yeah, I do know what time it is. It's 8:45. Yeah, come to our monthly call on the first Monday of the month. Everything that I've mentioned is in the show notes. Yeah, just come and join me. Have a look in the pinned comments as well. I will leave some stuff down for you. And yes, you're a best-selling, successful published author. What does it look like? We're going to dive into the vision board challenge even more so, and really get clear on our intentions. Intentional living is lit. I love it. Absolutely love it. It doesn't mean perfect living. It just means living an intentional life, and I am really enjoying it. So again, share your gifts, shine your light, because you were born to serve. Here is to our big vision and our soul purpose. Big love. Take care. See you on the next episode.